and intro.
I can start it off.
You want to start us off?
Yeah. Hello, welcome to Quest Coast, the Bay Area. Start it again.
All right, we'll run it.
Hello, welcome to Quest Coast. This is a Bay Area Lorcana tournament. I am one of your hosts, Sorcerer's Hat, and I'm joined by Kevin.
Yeah, I also go by SpaceRanger.
Yep. So we both played in this event, but we also casted it. We also want to thank, at the start, Mando's Bounty, who put this tournament on.
Yeah.
And also ran vendors at the event and got pizza for everybody and honestly ran a really, really great event. I had a lot of fun.
Man, it kind of felt like a wedding almost with an open snack bar, right?
Yes, we had a snack bar. It was great.
We had wristbands that we could use to signal that we were players. And snacks, drinks. It was quite warm, so the water went by, sold out right away.
Yes. They plan to do these events, if you're in the Bay Area, California, they plan to do these events the first week of every set launch. So there will be another one for Wilds Unknown.
Yeah.
Which should be sometime, I believe, in May or June, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But this one was for the launch of Winterspell, the first week of Winterspell, and I had a great time.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Having a week one event is kind of troublesome because, you may not have cards as a player. You want to play with all these new toys, but there's a struggle, right, to get cards in time as well. From pre-release to week one, how do you get all these cards? Well, the beauty of having Mando's Bounty here in the Bay Area as a vendor, they committed to selling locally first. Players were able to communicate with them, make pre-orders while supplies last, right? But I think surveying and asking around, I think every player got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Did you get what you needed?
I got a lot of stuff. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I got what I needed.
I got a lot of things, and I was talking to them for a while and having a good time. I do think, too, in doing a week one tournament like this is you might be able to get some of the cards. Some people will get all the cards, but it also means that you will get a little more creative with what you play because either you don't know what the meta is going to be like because we don't all really, we sort of have an idea, but not quite. But also it means that if you don't have certain cards, you're going to put other cards in and you might get some really interesting and strange game states that you wouldn't get at other times of the meta when things are a lot more solidified.
Yeah, it's definitely time to experiment and see some interactions or even see it on the other side of the table, like, oh, that's how that card works.
Yeah.
I think one I can talk about earlier was like Moana. I was super confused with like a sail that allows you to ink again, and that sail went to the discard, but with Moana on the playing field. So it just went straight to the ink. Yep. As its own additional ink.
Yeah. It's a cool little synergy.
Yeah. I'm excited to see these games, and we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without our players. So thanks everyone for coming to play, and we hope to see more of you and your friends for the next ones. Hopefully we are able to have this be a week one ritual. And I was talking to Mando's Bounty. Their desire is to come back and have like a mid-set tournament as well to just see where the meta is shaping. That would be super cool because the next DLC in North America will be an Infinity one. But wait, we will have Glimmer Games. Glimmer Games is a CCQ, and the winner of this Quest Coast will have a paid invite on top of a Winterspell box to our CCQ, which will be in Roseville. I'm super excited that it's about a 2-hour drive for me, but I mean, I don't have to fly there.
Nope, don't have to fly.
Yeah. Are you excited for Glimmer Games?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we'll go into our first round, which is actually you versus Dan.
Yep, I will be in round one.
All right, let's cut right to game one.
All right, we're here. Game one of the day. Brand new, fresh day. Having a good time. Playing Lorcana. New set. New opportunities. You have a new mat.
Mom's spaghetti.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It looks really good on camera, actually.
Dude, this sketch, it looks great.
Yeah.
This is a print I found, and shout out to Joe D. Was able to print it for me. and I was able to pick it up in time for this event.
That's great. Yeah, those look really good. Also, the official mat that Dan's got.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Dan. He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
I was talking to him a bit after Top Cut and stuff.
We'll be seeing them a couple times.
Yeah.
Good sport. Was able to go on stream a few times.
Yeah.
You know, we don't ever want to pressure anybody to go on stream. You definitely,
This was my first event on stream, and actually I thought I was going to be more nervous, but because I was playing against Harrison, who, like, we all know, and actually is one of our teammates, it was just like, oh, this is like locals. Like, that's what it felt like. It was like locals, and I'm just making faces at the camera and stuff. I'm like, whatever. It's fine. But I get but also, you know, you and I have been doing media stuff for a long time, so I'm kind of used to hearing my own nasally voice and, like, seeing myself on camera all the time, so I'm kind of like, no, whatever.
hilarious you said that, because when, spoiler alert, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Should I say that? No, maybe we cut that.
All right, we're starting the game. Did you like scout ahead at all? Did you know what he was playing at this point?
No. This
No.
was round one. I had no idea.
You might as well just drop the Palace Guard, because the Palace Guard, you know, you're probably gonna quest with anything and be fine unless they play something like a Liquidator, which I don't actually know if anyone at this event was playing Liquidator.
Well, you know, I'm going in blind, and I think I was on the play. I think my strategy here was 1, 2, 3.
Ink the enchanted angel.
I forgot.
Crazy.
I did that.
You dropped that new Christopher Robin though. That card is really strong, actually.
I think I inked that for you, Brandon. He always jokes whenever I have especially when I get a new enchanted, right?
You just throw it right
Always
in.
want to ink. I think that's the first opportunity I had.
Right. Tico coming down, so he's we know he's on green, but you know by now he's on green. But he makes you're welcome, but you've got the ramp, trying to decide what to ink out of his hand. Kind of hard to tell what he's got in there, but there's something to ink well. He seems kind of like not sure about it. But
yeah. I think we're getting our first round jitters out. Also, we're on the stream right away.
First round jitters is definitely something. I feel like a little shaky. Not that I'm like nervous, but I'm always just kind of like, oh, how's the day gonna go? You know, it's like you get kind of like, I don't know what to expect. You come here, quest. This is why Christopher Robin's super good. It's turn 3. You're already at 4 lore. It's pretty good.
Yes.
And you just put so much pressure on a deck like Emerald Sapphire, because you're just applying so much pressure, and they have so much pressure to try and control you.
Look at this family. I've been trying to think of the
Yeah, it's
mat
the
this whole
enchanted,
time.
I believe, for Lily's family.
Look at this family. The mat. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You also dropped that new 3-drop Genie.
That Genie is a powerhouse. That is one to look out for this set.
Yeah, I've tested it a little bit in like an Emerald Amethyst deck and thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially when you play it with something like Bagpipes and you can put extra cards under it, and or you play it with the new Donald where you put extra stuff on it, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I quest for 5 or whatever. This is Genie. It's awesome.
I like to put it out on 4 so that I can tuck a card on it right away, but you know, this came out on 3. All good.
Yeah.
Followed my 1, 2, 3 game plan.
Yeah, I guess if you're on the play, you don't really have you just
buddy.
you just drop 2 Christopher Robins on it and just apply so much pressure.
I had a choice to drop the Yzma, right?
Yeah, man, just go for it. Honestly, start questing.
But yeah, I'm seeing what's going on. He's still, I'm just going wide.
Yeah, I think you. Oh, you did update the lore. I was trying to see if you had it. It was throwing me off.
Yeah, I might have. I don't know now, but
I think you did. I think you
did.
did. No, I think you did.
But now, current state, we're good.
You helped set this up. You arguably set up most of it. You probably remember. It's fine. Yeah. He's just Dan's thinking about what to do here. This is a tough situation. He's sitting at 4 ink. There's not really anything he can do because both of your characters have 4 willpower, and Emerald Sapphire doesn't really have things with like rush.
Yeah.
So he basically has to just try and
I can't see his hand, but I think I remember saying I literally don't know. I don't remember what
he inks the big Phillip.
Yeah.
Which
but the Donald will get him the draw. Maybe he didn't see the whole combo piece, and he knows Big Phillip won't come down for a while.
Yeah. Honestly, with dropping, you've dropped 3 Christopher Robins. Like, I don't really know how, unless Emerald Sapphire finds all the things it needs, and Donald draws him everything that he ever wanted in his life. Yeah. This is a really tough match.
What's hurting me is I really want to get cards under that genie. I want to play with the new boys. But
you gotta, use it, man. You can use it to sing, just like put him back more. That's gonna hurt. Because you don't really need the cards that.
Questing for 5 here, and then removing that Donald so he can't find his combo pieces. I'd say that was a pretty good.
And you basically, turn. If you boost Genie, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You basically, you have him on a turn, 2-turn clock. Well, you also have Yzma out, so 1 turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You win next turn. Yeah. If you boost Genie.
Yeah. I think.
Nope. But. He's going to go ahead and take one of the Christopher Robins with the Tipo, using Basil for support. He's going to go ahead and ramp with Cindy. I think that's what happened. Yeah, because you turned it again.
Ooh, you did I draw a dock just now? I think that was a docking hand.
I mean, you don't even need it, and then you got to Pocahontas in the dock. That's essentially a death nail right there.
I think that was a nail in the coffin.
Yeah. If he had drawn...
Inking a hook to boost. Finally.
I think if Dan had drawn a 3-cost Phillip, he could have set up a little bit more, because then you couldn't have done strength on it, and then he could have tried to get the combo pieces maybe later with Donald. But it's a really tough spot.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as somebody who played Emerald Sapphire a little bit last set, it is aggro is really, really tough. You really need the perfect hand to make it work.
Yeah, we kind of looked at each other and kind of joked. I think that's when I called out he had 6 ink. Was he gonna go into a bin? And I had 1 card left, and he's like, I don't know, or something. Yeah, and I was like, well, you're not gonna play Clarabelle because I only have 1 card left.
Yeah,
and well, maybe. He could.
And then you drop that Pocahontas, which basically quests for 3.
Yeah, it will.
Or it can quest for,
it quests for however much Genie will quest for.
No, I don't think it would. Because Genie quests for 1, and then he gets lore based on how many cards are under him. I don't think he his, or does he get +1 lore?
It's the cards count as lore pips.
Oh no, he gets lore pips. So then you're right. Yeah. So
if it wasn't, insane. I was misplaying that all day.
No, I actually think you're correct.
So what he I think I couldn't really see his hand, but he was holding on to that John Silver, which I think is correct against something I'm going on my aggro lines here. So he needed an inkable, and he was able to get the John Silver down. Try to turn a corner here.
Mm-hmm. And I missed what he targeted with John Silver.
It was the Pocahontas, so that's why.
So that's probably the right
choice. So on stream or not, for my own memory when I'm playing on paper, I always move the target towards the card that targeted. So the John Silver targeted the Pocahontas.
And he's obviously letting you draw off the Hades because he needs every character he can get at this point. Yeah, literally anything.
I was searching for strength to take care of it anyway, but I just quested
he scoops. Yeah.
I think I didn't need to do any of that. I think I had Win on board.
You probably did.
And I think that's why he nodded and I nodded. I was like, wait a second. I didn't even need to play the Hades.
To be fair, I've done the same thing. I've done a bunch of stuff and then been like, wait a minute, I could have just quested. I'm at 17. I won. Yeah. It's
what was I? It was 15 or 16 there. And I didn't even need the Pocahontas, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the nice things about Purple Steel is going into you'd think that going against a control matchup it would be a really bad, but because Purple Steel is kind of a mid-range aggro deck in a lot of ways, you kind of just turn on the aggro mode and you just go. You don't have to do the whole like fighting or anything. You're just like, you stop me from doing anything, and I'm gonna get to 18, and even if you board wipe me, I'll find a Cobra or something and close out the game.
I think while we're shuffling up here, I was trying to review in my head what I saw, and I don't think I saw any new cards here. And so I think we're joking like, oh,
you played Christopher Robin.
No, on Daniel's
Oh,
side.
got it.
Because he did
He
this to
played
the
Genie and Christopher Robin.
yeah, he brought this to the first Quest Coast, and so this is a bit of a rematch. And I was like, oh, you just bring the same deck, it's still good. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he plays any new cards in this game.
Yeah, it's funny. Like Purple Steel actually, especially your list, running at least 12 new cards. You got Angel, you got Christopher Robin. Well, it's not 12 because you're running 3 Angel.
Well,
Oh no, and then Pocahontas.
yeah.
Even more.
So 6, 10, 14 new cards.
14 new cards. So almost 25% of the deck has been swapped out, which is actually pretty substantial. Which is funny because it doesn't feel like when I look at the list, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look substantially different. But then you think about it and you're like, actually, it kind of is. Like, 25% is a pretty substantial change to a deck.
I think at Lore Fest, the end of the meta competition we had here in the Bay Area for set 10, I think I was trying out Purple Steel and I was on, I think it was 4 Dumbles, 2 Yzmas there for the card draw.
Opting to play Basil. I'm showing you that he inked blue.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
What
in
is this?
these control decks, you have to try and keep character parity against the non-control decks. So you definitely need to play Basil if you're on the draw. On the play, it's also probably a good idea because you know they've got a 1-drop, basically. Like, especially with your deck, like you are going second, so you technically have like 16 1-drop or 14 1-drops with Christopher Robin.
Oh, there's a Clarabelle.
Drops Clarabelle, ready for the shift possibly on turn 5. But he also inks the Clarabelle, so he inked the big Clarabelle, so he possibly has another one in hand. It's a little hard to tell. But that's a little like, you do kind of, when you do that, you do kind of reveal that you probably have another one.
You know, I remember.
Drop Pocahontas again.
There we go. I remember we were joking. So yeah, he did not play any new cards in game 1. I was like, "What? Where's the new stuff?" So, there's no spice. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
He's like, this is Doom. There's no spice here. And then he plays that blue. I was like, what? I thought you said no spice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a Visionary plays Malicious Fiend and Scary.
Yep, and then support on the Clarabelle
to
take out the Palace Guard.
Yeah.
The one from the mess.
Yeah, and also you don't have any like 2 questers, so it kind of de-incentivizes your Pocahontas from turning sideways. Although, well, also she has what, 2 health? She's a 3/2, so she could take out you could take out the Clarabelle, but like you're gonna lose Pocahontas at the same time, and that's kind of not great. He's just left with the Basil there, so
yeah. I think I almost told him he didn't have to do all that, but then I realized NMS is not targeting Palace Guard directly. So yeah, and then I recounted, and it was all correct. Yeah.
Genie's back.
And the epic one too.
Dan's in a decent spot right now, I think. Like he did a pretty good trade there. And then he's got like the Clarabelle ready. He's almost there if he can get another one. And then if he has like a You're Welcome or something, you can capitalize off that. Although and then if you are also in danger if like he boosts the Genie a lot, he could You're Welcome all those cards to the bottom, like shuffle back into your deck.
You're not wrong. But it's still I would not be able to see any of those cards.
Bounces it. Just trying to keep some kind of momentum. Deciding whether or not he wants to quest, he ends up passing. I think is probably the right play. Because you kind of can't risk, like, even, like, I would say that on your side, if he had quested with Clarabelle and you traded, like, that wouldn't have been good for either of you, really.
Hard cast. I saw that the potential's there. He's on 4.
Yeah.
He could shift her next and I had a whole bunch of cards in hand. That would be bad for me. So hardcast strength. Typically, you don't want to hardcast, but sometimes you must.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah. I felt like that was the time.
There have been
Ink the Genie.
Yeah, Ink the Genie.
Pass, Kevin. What are you doing?
I found on Emerald Sapphire that a lot of times I would keep the Clarabelle and not play her until turn 6 because you can play her and shift her immediately on turn 6 instead of waiting till turn 7 to play her.
I think he's asking how maybe Pocahontas works, or I think I'm telling him that she can benefit from his cards and hers, or maybe I'm just really funny. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. King of Hearts, interesting inclusion in the deck. Like, not a bad card by any means. Uninkable, I think being uninkable actually hurts it a lot, but when you have stuff like Malicious, Mean, and Scary, it in like a very challenge-heavy deck or something, like if you were playing against Ruby Steel, you Malicious, Mean, and Scary, you play King of Hearts, like what do?
Oh, right.
They have to race, right?
I forgot the effect. Yeah, so King of Hearts has the ability. Objectionable states damaged characters can't challenge your characters. So he was free to quest with Basil without any danger of my Pocahontas crashing into it.
Yeah. You're going to play the Cheshire Cat, but you're going to move that damage and take that Basil out anyway. Yeah.
That's one way around it.
Cat's still one of the best cards in the game.
And to think, the very beginning of the set, Whispers, set 10, some of the pro lists only had 1 or 2 cats, but then,
they quickly put that back in, because Cat's amazing.
I think it was Thiago, right? Thiago had like maybe 1 or 2 at first.
I'm not sure. He drops the Prince Philip, that's Ward. You drop a Genie and draw some cards.
Don't need another cat.
No.
I guess.
You're going very wide for someone who could get their board wiped next turn.
I think I literally said out loud. Well, no, because he's only on 40, right? I think I said out loud it'll take 2 more turns. So I took my chances to get some Lauren in those 2 turns.
Go ahead and quest, and then he
crashes
into Cat.
Yeah, he supported his Prince Philip and was able to trade with Cat. I don't know if I would make that trade.
I don't. I think I would have just held my ground because you only are at 2 lore. He can afford to just not let you.
But maybe on Daniel's end, dropping all those cards, go wide. Maybe he wanted to tone that down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found with control decks, it gets scary, and you want to control every turn. You want to respond. Sometimes the best action is actually to bide your time. Yeah. You let them get a little cocky. You don't think you're winning, and then suddenly you go and you just swing, and then suddenly, the tempo of the entire game is shifted to you, and then you're the captain now. You get to make all the decisions, and your opponent is kind of just locked out, right? I think that's what people like about those kind of.
I think we're questing.
Getting a lot of lore there. She got Genie and Pocahontas and Christopher Robin, so that's at bare minimum. 7 or 9 lore, something like that.
3 from Pocahontas, benefiting from both
7,
of the 2
7
questers.
Yep.
And then the 4.
Quite a bit of lore.
John Silver.
Something miraculous. John Silver.
David to Genie.
Great card, great movie. World Trade Planet. Okay. Basil crash in.
Shout out to John Resnick. Right?
Yeah.
See, I even move it to John Silver just for myself to keep track.
It's note taking, Kevin. You're not allowed to do it.
Oh, you're just
kidding. I don't know if that would count as note taking. Actually,
it's placement on the.
It's probably okay.
We'll ask our favorite Bay Area.
Yeah, shout out to John. Shout out to John, who was judging this event. It's always a pleasure. Deck's favorite judge in the Bay, or whatever his title is, or whatever.
Right.
I see you.
Daniel was
very
able
much
to-
contemplating what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've got an Elsa in him. There's not really any great targets.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe chucking the card to him. I was like, maybe he'll let me remove it.
Like,
Or just get more cards. More ammo. More ammo for a bin that I was worried about, but I hadn't seen it.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was just game one, but
Yeah. He does have one, but I do think that your deck is not super susceptible to the bend. Like, you just kind of go, okay, well, I'll draw a Hades or a Dock at some point, and I'll be back. You know?
oh, it's a sign, the Hades. I think both of them.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like that.
Maybe Reckless to something. I'm going to assume the Genie.
Genie again.
Pick the Genie again, yeah.
There's two genies here. It's our classic evasive
the OP
cantrip genie. Yeah.
Also, you're going to take up Clarabelle.
What is the new genie called? Pop quiz.
I definitely think he shouldn't have inked Clarabelle early on, because I think by now he probably could have played Clarabelle and at least try to draw some answers. You just double dock on him.
I was contemplating
and then you threw another enchanted in the ink.
I had 4 ink left. Yeah, I know, right? I had 4 ink left. Do I want to go bodies here? That's the thing I chose to do. I mean, what else could I have done for 2? Maybe another Christopher Robin. I had seen a bunch already, so I decided to just play the dock no value and play another dock.
Yeah, it's looking a little grim. Yeah.
And then
you've got a very wide board. You go ahead and play the Cinderella.
Yeah, I think.
And he has no cards.
Daniel has no cards in hand, and
yeah.
It's my game to win, my game to lose. I don't know the phrase.
I mean, with that extra genie, you got.
Did I just top that?
You might have. I'm not totally sure. I missed it. I was too busy looking at how many cards you have on the board.
So, Spooky Sight is cost, not strength. So
Spooky Sight would only catch half your characters.
It would only be the dots.
Dots
and the genie.
The smaller genie.
The magical researcher.
I will say, in the playing Spooky Side, I caught so many people off guard because they didn't think Cat got caught. Cheshire Cat got
that
caught.
happened to me.
And I was like, no, it's cost 3 or less.
But I think it gave me like 1 or 2 extra cards.
That's it. He's gonna fold. So that's GG. When you hit record, right?
I did. What a game, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Purple Steel, it's one of those decks, it doesn't feel like it should be good into Emerald Sapphire, but it's actually like amazing into Emerald Sapphire.
How'd you think it was last set in Whispers?
The matchup?
Yeah.
I played Purple Steel most of the set.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And I would say most of the time when I saw an Emerald Sapphire player, I was like, yes.
All right. Interesting.
Because I felt like I had tools to just run away with the game. But also, if you are like me and played a lot of red blue and tried Emerald Sapphire, you know the lines they have to take to like wipe your board. So at some point you can, you get wide enough and you kind of put them on a clock and then you just collect things in your hand and wait, because they're going to probably try to board wipe you, or you just go the Scorched Earth route and you just say, no, you can't have that singer. No, you can't have that, because you just make it harder. Especially the Donald Ducks. You have to get rid of the Donald Ducks.
Yeah. I wasn't really on Purple Steel, and so I didn't really pay attention too much to that particular matchup. But I feel like with Winterspell in set 11, because of the Christopher Robin, the Pocahontas, this Genie Magical Researcher has got more aggro lines, that potential. And so I think it definitely felt good. I mean, that was a quick round 1, and it definitely went fast, right?
I mean, Christopher Robin in this deck is essentially a better Timothy Q mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And that people were playing last set, like kind of early on. Yeah, and it also just like makes the 1-drop, like you can play it as a 2-drop and you kind of feel okay about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are going second, you play it as a 1-drop, you feel pretty great about it, honestly, unless they play something like, I don't know, something with like a Gantu, you know, that has 3 strength or something. Or a Felicia, which is that even... It might have gotten rotated out, Felicia.
Not
There's
sure.
gotta be something else though, but
yeah, our teammate, you'll see him later, Chris. Yeah, he's always telling me, it's basically a 1-drop, especially on the draw. It's essentially a 1-drop quest for 2. He says, in his opinion, it might be the best underdog card that we've gotten. Each color now has an underdog that helps you on the draw to get out these 2-cost, technically 1-drops on the draw. But yeah, this thing quest for 2, it has 3 willpower. Like you said, it's tough to deal with that early.
Yeah. And it will probably get you at least 4 lore before it gets taken out.
And this thing is inkable, man.
And it's inkable.
But yeah, maybe he's technically like uninkable in certain matchups. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the day goes. A lot of fun. That was a fun game. Thanks, Daniel, for the match.
Well, let's take a look at the deck. First off, let's actually look at your list.
All right.
Because I would say a pretty stock purple steel list.
This is JDRR's public list with the Pocahontas. 3 Pocahontas and 3 Angels. And I chose this because I was anticipating Blurple. Blurple didn't really need any of the new cards, and I was thinking maybe if a participant would come here worried they may not get cards in time because this is week 1, maybe Blurple would be the choice. There were 2 or 3 Blurples, and I was also anticipating a lot of control, where
there was quite a bit of control.
A lot of control, yeah. And if I did have aggro opponents, then this can help against that because it's kind of more of like a mid range, right? Would you say? Yeah,
I would say I played purple steel basically the entire Whispers of the Well set, and the nice thing about mid-range decks is that you kind of have you're even into like kind of everything, including yourself. And a lot of times the player who is more skilled and draws good enough, like can just kind of win. Like you can do everything, but you do kind of have to work for it on a lot of things. But it is a very, very powerful deck. Yeah,
I chose to go Yzma instead of Dumbo, thinking, Amber did get a lot of tools. And something I picked up purple steel towards the end of last set, and the Amber, Amethyst, yellow, purple deck is kind of like a purple killer. I wanted some insurance with card draw. Yzma still is not entirely reliable for a draw, but if she does pop once or twice to give you 3 cards or even 2 cards, it feels pretty good. Dumbo, if there were yellow purple and the Horseman Strikes shoots them Dumbos down, then kind of feels bad. And I think I made a good call because
there was also a lot of Amber at the tournament,
just
and everyone was running Horseman Strikes. So I actually think that was a pretty good call to not run Dumbo because I was running Horseman Strikes, and the purple players I played against, I was sniping Dumbos left and right.
Shout out to Flower Farm, Yeah,
exactly. All right, let's take a look at Dan's list because there are some interesting things in here. Like, for instance, we have King of Hearts, which is an uninkable 4-cost Emerald character card with 3 strength, 3 willpower. Quest for 2, and it says damaged characters cannot challenge your characters, which works really well with something like Malicious, Mean, and Scary. If you don't necessarily have the board wipe, you can still sort of lock them down from challenging you at all. That is, of course, unless they have some kind of heal. The other interesting inclusion in this deck is Tropical Rainforest, which says opposing damaged characters gain Reckless, which again also works with Malicious, Mean, and Scary.
Yep, I remember reading Baloo. I didn't know that was a card. Ships on 3.
It's a Whispers card that I think we all kind of skipped.
All right, it is from set 10.
Yeah.
5-cost inkable, 4/5 quests for 2. shift on 3. It has versatility. So when you play it, roll with it. Each player draws a card, or each player chooses and discards a card. There's a one of bend to my will, which I remember joking with him a couple times. Is he gonna bend one of my cards, or because I think I would just dump my hand and go down to 1.
Yeah.
It was more so for Clarabelle.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. And we'll be back with game 2, which I played in. So don't go away. Better not. Special thanks to Angry Goose Games in San Lorenzo, California for hosting the event. Be sure to check them out for all your board game, tabletop, and TCG needs.